I definitely think there is a singles tax. It's much more expensive to be single than to be in a relationship.
If you're single and living alone, you don't get the economies of scale. So instead of having a partner to split expenses with, you cover everything yourself.
I'm doing all of this by myself. I'm paying the entire rent, the bills. She's like, if I had a boyfriend, it's like giving yourself a double pay rise. It's like doubling your money because you're halving your expenses.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's true. It does cost a hell of a lot of money to be single.
The single tax.
The single tax. Yes, I love it.
They want independence, but also want a man to split rent and bills. Convenient, huh? Cry about being strong and single, but still daydream about that double paycheck boyfriend. It's not empowerment, it's selective responsibility. They want the benefits of a man without the effort of being a partner. That's the modern boss babe paradox: cake eaten and crumbs blamed on men.
I think there are a lot of people out there who think that being a single person is really easy financially because they're like, oh, well, you only have to pay for yourself. And like, wrong. Yeah, I do only have to pay for myself, which means I have to pay for my rent entirely by myself. I don't split it with a partner. My council tax bill, even though there's only one person, is only discounted by 25%. So if you're splitting your bill down the middle with a partner, I'm still paying more than you individually. My energy bills, I pay less than you, but I'm not paying half because most of that cost is a standing charge. If I want to go on holiday, I have to pay for the room or the cabin entirely by myself. If I want to get a mortgage, I have to have a bigger deposit and I can't get approved to borrow as much because I only have one income. Like, financially, it's really, really difficult to be a single person. And I think more people need to remember that when they're talking to their single friends.
Funny how independence sounded great until the bills showed up. Now it's all whining and playing the victim. You asked for freedom, so now pay the full price.
If you're single, it comes with a hidden price tag, the singles tax, and you're paying for it in every aspect of life. Let's do the math. Housing. In this economy, the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the United States is $1,876 a month, not including utilities. Sure, you can get a roommate who eats all your food and never cleans up after themselves, but at that point, you may as well just be in a soul-sucking relationship and pay half the rent. So that's not an option. Food. Yes, we purchase less groceries, but Big Grocery does not proportion their goods for those of us living the bachelor lifestyle. If I want fresh Brussels sprouts, I can't just buy a few Brussels sprout. I have to buy like 30 Brussels sprout, but I don't need 30 Brussels sprouts. So either you end up with wasted food and wasted money, or I have to eat Brussels sprout all week, much to the dismay of my digestive system. Leisure. If the group chat is going on vacation, either you have to buy a whole hotel room or you've got to split it with the other token single on the trip because the singles have to be quarantined in one room because being single is contagious. Now add all that together, minusing the zero tax breaks we get, and it equals too much. Yes, the cost of being single is high, but remember, you can't put a price tag on your peace. So foot the bill until you find someone who adds to your life, not detracts from it. Hope this helps.
She's not talking about peace, she's talking about perks. Wants the freedom of single life, but still complains about the price tag like it's some injustice. It's not that being single is hard, it's that the lifestyle she wants comes with no sacrifice. The real issue? She wants all the independence without the loneliness or the cost.
You're aiming for the top 1%, but the top 1% of men ain't aiming for you. This is the reason why women are single. Like they don't align their expectations. They look at this perfect picture and then they go, that's what I want. And it's okay. Like we all want something amazing.
We have a fantasy in mind.
Right. But then anything that doesn't fit that picture is ignored. Then you get too fucking old. Then nobody wants your ass at all. Like at all. At that point, by the time you lower your standard, you're like, hey, now it would take a fat guy that's doesn't have a college degree, makes 50 grand a year just to not be alone.
And settle.
Yeah. And that fucking guy at that point still don't want you. So if you're aiming at the top 1%, then ask yourself, are you the top 1%? Are you really in that category to be asking that?
Oh, here's the circus act. When they want a man, it's Mr. 6'4", six-pack, six figures, emotionally fluent and rich. When they don't want one, suddenly it's, wow, rent's so high, the single tax is so unfair. You don't get to shoot for the top 1%, then cry about the solo struggle like you're oppressed. Reality's knocking, he ain't coming, and Brussels sprouts ain't the enemy.
So I'm 32 and single. I know, right, girl? Can you believe it? And with that, people ask me all the time how being an independent woman has impacted my dating life. And it's just enhanced what I already knew, which is that some men are intimidated by independent women. I can't tell you how many men just assume that I'm using men for money simply because I have a nice place. I've even been dumped for it. But these aren't men, they're boys. And I know one day my man is gonna love the fact that I can hold my own. And if any boy acts up, at least you can tell him to get the fuck out of your apartment.
It's good you are so independent. In all probability, you will stay that way. Most single men want to remain single as well. You don't advertise drama, and men know that very well.
Being single, I'd argue, is more expensive than being in a relationship. Guys always complain, I spend so much money on my girlfriend. I'm like, you don't know what it's like to be at a bar ordering drinks.
I agree that being single is way more expensive than being in a relationship. Because I turn into a grub when I'm in a relationship. I'm like, you chose this life. You know? And then when I'm single, I'm like, I have to like keep up with appearances and look nice.
Well, you're always at parties.
Yeah,
and you're
exactly.
Like always drinking, and you paid for the tickets. Now you got to impress people. Now you're drunk.
Yeah,
And when you're
exactly.
drunk, you don't make sound financial decisions.
No, you don't.
It's a full-time job, and it's extremely time-consuming, and it's not as easy as it may appear to some people.
When men are single, they stack cash, hit the gym, and stay focused. Simple. When women are single, it's kitty parties, overpriced coffees, and crying about the single tax. Stop acting like being single is a struggle when you're voluntarily living like a luxury addict. Men treat singleness like strategy, women treat it like a crisis. Nobody feels bad when your independent era bankrupts your peace and your wallet.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities.
They celebrated living solo, laughed at old-fashioned roles, and now act surprised that rent isn't charming. Freedom seemed fun until the bills demanded attention. Now being single feels less like freedom and more like a money trap. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.